Welcome back to the Parallel Universe. I'm your host, Logan Bruce, and it is Star Wars Month. And remember, guys, we're giving this away. At the end of the month, you can get this Princess Leia Funko Pop in her bounty hunter disguise as she was infiltrating Jabba the Hutt's um, palace so she could free Han Solo and everything. And we all know how that turned out. But anyways, yeah, so all you got to do is go to our YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and say, hey, may I have that? And that can be yours. And we'll send it out. Of course, it's completely free, no shipping. I ship these things out to you free of charge because you win it. So if you win it, then you win it. You don't need to pay for shipping. That's just something I like to do because I love you guys and thank you so very much for all your support. All right, so we do know it's Star Wars month, and what would Star Wars be if it didn't have music? And we know John Williams is the man behind the music. He composed the scores for Star Wars. Everything from the main title to the end credits, it's all John Williams and his orchestra and everything. And other people, of course, collaborate. Well, not really collaborated, but had an influence and things of that nature, and just brought Star Wars to life. It just made Star Wars magical. Um, and of course, we have like the main title. Everybody dun 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 dun. We hear that. You know what it is. It's Star Wars, and you buckle up because you're getting ready for the ride. Okay, but did you know that in that main title sequence, uh, there are other little, I want to say, mini themes, songs, mini scores that are in there, and they have names. See, that's something I found out not too long ago that some segments in the main title have their own name, and so here are my top 10 scores from Star Wars or themes from Star Wars. Okay, so at number 10, we have Princess Leia's theme. When we see her in Star Wars and she's in the detention center, I want to say, oh man, what's the scene? I can't think of the scene right now, but she's in the detention center. I want to say she's laying down and we hear her theme. You may not have known when you heard that music that was the name of the theme, was Princess Leia theme. So it's when you hear that music, normally the scenes are about her or she's the main focus in the scene when you hear that theme music being played. So beautiful music. Uh, it just introduced. It's soft and it's subtle, but like Princess Leia, but also had a little bit of a. I don't want to use the word bass, but there was a toughness with it as well, sort of emphasizing who Princess Leia really is. So that's my number 10. Number 9 is the Imperial March. Y'all know that dub 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 dub. You hear that, and you can call it the Imperial March or Darth Vader's theme, because that's what we hear when after they cap the storm the Star Destroyer, captures the Corellian ship, and they haul it up, and they put it in the tractor beam, and they bring it up, and the doors whoosh open, and the stormtroopers are shooting and everything, and the rebellion soldiers are fleeing and running back, and then Darth Vader comes in. You hear this thing, you hear this music, and so that introduced us to Darth Vader and the stormtroopers and how formidable they were. You hear it and it kind of just like, oh, who are these people? Because when you first watch Star Wars, you don't know who any of these people are. You never seen them before. You don't know who Darth Vader is or anything like that. So this sets the tone for the Imperials or the Stormtroopers and Darth Vader. So it just really set the scene for them, and it really brought that character to life because it was kind of oh Lord, who is these people and what are they about to do? Obviously, there's something bad because the first thing we see him do is it's just choke the commander of the ship, and so it was just terrible. You're like, oh man, this guy's something else. He really something else. So it kind of told us who these people were. Uh, so that was number 9. That was my number 9 pick, the Imperial March to Darth Vader's theme. Number 8. The number 8, it has a sadness to it. There's like an emotion with this, but it also has some. It's very intense. It's like a, I don't know. I don't even really know how to describe it. It's like an intense sadness almost, if you can describe it that way, uh, because it is the battle or the duel between Anakin versus Obi-Wan. So you can feel the intenseness of this duel between student and teacher, master and Padawan or apprentice. And of course, by this time, Anakin is Darth Vader is what his name is, uh, and he has turned to the dark side. And so you kind of feel the sadness and the it's not really despair, but the hurt in this music from Obi-Wan. This kind of has his feelings in there because he feels that he failed Anakin, and he failed the Jedi and the Republic. He just failed, and now he's fighting his brother, his best friend, uh, just his former student. Now he has to fight him, and he can't let him win. So he like he said, I will do what I must. Um, but then you feel this intenseness behind it, from Anakin's standpoint, how he, the hate that he has built up in him now, in the rage and him trying to fix what he feels is broken. Like he said, I can bring peace to my, new empire. So you can feel what Anakin is trying to do here, and it's intense. It's really intense. So this the theme with Anakin versus Obi-Wan, you feel those emotions from both Anakin and Obi-Wan at the same time. Brilliant piece of work by John Williams. Okay, so that was number 8. Number 7 is a theme song where here is another one that's kind of sad, um, because we hear this theme when in Return of the Jedi, Luke has returned to Dagobah, and he is talking with Yoda in Yoda's little hut there, and you know, Luke has come to the realization that Darth Vader hadn't lied to him, that Darth Vader is his father, and now he has to go back and face him because Yoda says you got to go back and face him. And it's also Yoda. Yoda also has mentioned that he's about to pass away, and so it has this sadness. You feel a lot of the um, just sadness because now Luke has to go back and fight his dad. His mentor, his teacher, Yoda, is about to pass away. He goes back to him after losing his hand. It's just a sad scene, and this theme, this Yoda's theme is what it's called, reflects what is actually going on in the scene. And I mean, in order for a theme to be a theme, it definitely has to do that. Has to reflect what's going on in that scene. So Yoda's theme, is very soft. It's beautifully written, but it's so soft and it's sad. But that's because of everything that's going on in that scene at that moment. So number 7, Yoda's theme. Number 6, it's kind of the same kind of feeling. We are introduced to the protagonist of Star Wars, at least one of them, and it's almost like a hopelessness feeling. We see Luke has just been told that he can't leave and transfer to the academy by his uncle. He's standing outside, and he's looking up at the suns, the two suns setting, and that's pretty much what he was going through. His hopes and his dreams to join the rebellion, to fight against the empire, it seems to be crushed. He doesn't have any hope. He was planning on leaving that year. And he was hopeful because they had two new droids, C3PO and R2D2. So he's like, okay, I can go to the academy now. I can go. And his uncle says, I can't let you go. So he stands out there and he's looking up at the suns and they're setting. And so it's like his hopes and his dreams are setting. So he has this hopelessness look on his face because because now he feels that he won't ever be part of the rebellion and joining this. Then the name of that theme is either Luke's theme, or in some instances it's called Binary Sunset. So because there are two suns, so binary sunset, and it just of course sets the theme of how Luke is feeling at that moment. If I'm not mistaken, they play the same theme when he returns back and he finds his aunt and uncle have been destroyed by the Empire, and it plays that same theme because now he has no one, so that same thing plays if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that was in number 6. Number 5, I thought was kind of a hopeful thing. We were first introduced to this in episode episode 7, the Force Awakens, and we hear this music playing. It's Rey's theme, and the first time you hear it is when she's a scavenger. She's living on Jakku. She's scavenging parts, and she's sliding down the hill after she came from a Star Destroyer that has crashed there. After the fall of the Empire, and it's kind of a hopeful thing. Even though Rey is living, I think she's living in a AT-AT, and that's her home. She's a scavenger. She doesn't have a lot of money. She sells what she finds and doesn't get a lot of credits for it, and so she gets something to eat, and it's not a lot. And but she's hopeful. She's hoping in the in the Force and all the good things that have happened. You got the rise of the First Order coming up, and so but you feel this hopefulness when you listen to Rey's theme, and she's hopeful because she knows all about Luke and the Force and Han Solo and Princess Leia, and she knows all the history, so she is very hopeful in this coming back around, like what happened with Luke and Han Solo and everybody, how they were able to stop the Empire. So she has this hopefulness about her that things will turn around and the First Order will be stopped as well. We can hear that in Rey's thing. I really love it. It's this cute, hopeful music. So I really enjoy Rey's theme. I love how John Williams actually put that in there, and it does symbolize this hope that Rey has, and being able, well, maybe not even her, but the First Order being stopped, just like the Empire was stopped. So we see that. So that was number 5. Now number 4 comes as part of one of the prequels series, and it's at the end of episode 1. We see the Naboo and the Gungans have peace. They have just got rid of the droid army and blockading Naboo, and so the war there is over. The Gungans and the Naboo had come together, so they have this overwhelming peace. Not just between the Gungans and the Naboo, but also because the droid army are now gone. So there's this peace. So the Great Municipal Band is playing, and it's this funky, wonderful music, and it really does make you feel good. And, you can feel the peace there. It kind of makes you want to get up and dance. So it's really good. And I remember hearing that in the theaters, and I was like, okay, that is a pretty good closer. You know, that's a real good way to close out this victory that they have. You know, you see all the Gungans and everything marching up to the palace, and everybody's just enjoying themselves, having a wonderful time, and this wonderful music. So yeah, there you go. It's great. So if you watch the first episode, don't be shy to get up and dance at the end of it, because I think I did at the theater. So anyway, number three. Number three, this theme is almost, well, it's just as synonymous with Star Wars as the main title theme song. It just is. When you hear it, you know where it came from. You know the scene. Uh, is you just do, because when you hear it, you just know what it is, and it is the Katana band scene. You know, when they go inside Mos Eisley Spaceport and you hear the da 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 da. You know where it is. You know where you're at. I mean, I don't care where you're at. When you hear that, you're taken right back to the scene. And in your mind, you're seeing it. You might start dancing, and folks be looking at you if you're in the grocery store, like, what is that fool over there dancing to? But they don't know why. They don't know that you're listening, and you got the Katana band playing in your head. And don't worry about it. If it's playing in your head and you want to dance, dance. I don't care where you're at. Grocery store, doctor's office, White House. Dance. So that's my number three thing from Star Wars. Okay, my number two. Now, number two might be it's kind of tricky, maybe, because some of you probably never heard it. Why you never heard it is because if you're younger than me, and your first introduction to Star Wars was um, after 2018, 2019, something like that. Uh, and you watch like all the, you watch every episode of Star Wars that, up to that point that have been made. So you watch the original trilogy. So you watch Star Wars, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. You probably would never have heard this song, because by that time the song had been changed. It's a nice song. It's okay. It's good because it's from John Williams, so it's good. I can't say anything bad about it. But I grew up listening to the original, and the original was just amazing. So when was in the theaters and I'm watching this, and it comes to this, the end of Return of the Jedi, the Battle of Endor had just taken place. The second Death Star has been destroyed. Palpatine is, well, so we thought, was done away with. And so everybody is celebrating. Lando Calrissian just made it out of the Death Star before it blew up, and everybody's celebrating. Luke was just able to redeem his father to come back to the light. Just everybody's happy. And they played this song. And I was waiting for it. I was in the theater waiting. I was on it because I love this song, and it was something different. And I was like, yeah. It was like, what happened? But it was, like I said, it was a good song. But it's still, to me, in my opinion, it cannot hold a candle to Yum Nub. Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, pause this right now. Go to YouTube and look up the original ending to Return of the Jedi, and you'll hear the song Yum Nub, and you will know what I'm talking about. And then you can compare the two and see which one you like better. Because like I said, if you started watching Star Wars somewhere after 2018, 2019, something like that, you have not heard Yum Nub, unless you're like me, or a parent like me, and say, hey, no, you guys need to know the original, and sit your children down and say, listen to this. Yeah, I did that. I did it. I did. So yeah, Yum Nub. Yum Nub. Yum Nub. I mean, it's just, listen. Check it out. Pause the video right now. Pause the podcast. I don't mind. I don't mind. Go to YouTube. Original ending of Return of the Jedi, and then come back and tell me what you think. I'm telling you. Yum Nub. Number two. So, what is number one then? You probably wonder. All these great themes and these songs and everything that John Williams composed. So, what can number one be, Logan? What is it? Well, picture the scene. Naboo. Pilots flying up to destroy the droid control ship. You freed the pilots and freed the guards. And then you're walking to go to the throne room to capture the viceroy. The door slowly opens, and there's this evil presence standing behind the door. And you hear, Ya, Yana, Yana, Yana. I know I'm saying all the words wrong, but I don't care. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Duel of the Fates, number one. That thing, or that score, just set the tone for that whole battle, because it plays throughout the whole battle. The battle with the Gungans and the droids, the pilots flying up to the control ship to destroy that, and Darth Maul dueling against Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, it just set the tone. I mean, and throughout the whole battle, you hear yeah, no, and oh man, and it grabbed you, put you in the seat, and held you there, and you could not move until it was over. Until the end. That's where you were at. And you loved every minute of it. I know you did. Because you love Star Wars like I do. So you were glued. I mean, you couldn't move if you wanted to. I was in the theater. I saw parents and, especially us men, we weren't moving. I saw one dude, he had to go to the bathroom really bad, and I saw him turn to the side with a cup. Now, I don't know what he did with a cup, but he turned to the side. That's all but he was not leaving the theater at that point. He was not taking his eyes off the movie screen, because his head was still turned like that. But the cup, he turned to the side, but the head was toward, telling, because Duel of the Fates grabbed hold of him and wouldn't let him go. He couldn't leave. He couldn't leave. I know. Cause I was sitting there holding my legs together too, because I was, but I couldn't leave. I couldn't. So, Duel of the Fates, number one. I mean, good grief. I mean, so if you just sit here and you just take a listen to this list, I mean, that's the brilliance of John Williams to put this together, have it. I mean, it's just amazing, just beautiful. So they were my top 10 theme and scores from Star Wars. Did your favorite one make the list? Let me know. Comment. Do you agree with my list? Do you not? I would definitely love to hear from you guys. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. May I have that? We'll send this out to you free of charge. So, thank you guys so very much for all your support. Love you guys. Couldn't do this without you. And we're going to keep on doing it. So, thank you guys once again. Like I said, it's Star Wars month. And as always, no. May the Force be with you.